Buying a home is an exciting event, but the process of finding the right one can be daunting.
The Real Estate Yogi.
Buying a home is a major investment. It's an emotional time of making lifestyle decisions. It isn't like buying a pair of shoes from the department store that are a bit snug because you can't just return the house if you're not satisfied. Once you buy it, you're in it for the long haul. To avoid costly mistakes that could haunt you for years, you need to make sure you do your homework properly when house hunting. Viewing a home? For most people, the prospect of going to view homes they like is a thrilling experience. It's tempting to think that this is the first step to buying a home, but it's not. Assuming you have your down payment, mortgage pre approval, and other financial issues handled, the first thing you need to do before viewing any home is to determine what you're looking for. What are your criteria? Do you need a certain number of bedrooms and bathrooms? Do you want the yard is a separate garden area necessary to your lifestyle? Do you want property only in particular neighborhoods? How much are you willing or able to spend? Answering these questions will save you significant time and effort in running around to view homes that don't suit you. Once you've decided upon your criteria, call your real estate agent. Let them know what you're looking for and at what price range. They will get to work on your behalf, shortening the list of properties that meet your criteria so you can start viewing from there. Then comes the fun part, finding the perfect home you've been dreaming of. Schedule adequate time. When going to view homes, make sure you've got plenty of time to really view the home from a critical perspective. Schedule enough time to do a proper inspection. Look into all closets and crawl spaces. It's possible you will be living there for years to come, so a 5 minute stroll around is not going to be adequate to form an opinion. 2 hours to view your potential house is an appropriate calendar entry. Research suggests that when buyers spend a longer time viewing a home, they are more likely to pay below the asking price. Be thorough. Related to scheduling adequate time to view the home, be thorough when checking it out. Open drawers, cabinets, and cupboards. Look behind furniture and even under it to find stains or signs of wear not readily evident. Lift up rugs if necessary. While this may seem rude, it's not. You're about to make a substantial investment and you need to know exactly what you're getting. Sellers are not obliged to inform you of or show you every single defect in the home, so you need to find them yourself. An artfully positioned chair could be hiding something, so feel free to look where you need to. Of course, if you've dismissed the home from the start, do a minimal walkthrough or don't bother with the inspection at all. But if the property has potential and is something you like, open every drawer and look in closets. What comes with the property? Confirm what comes with the home. For example, whether the stands or fixtures are for the exclusive use of that home or if the owner will remove them. Are appliances such as refrigerator and washer dryer included in the sale? Make sure to get confirmation in writing if you decide that you would like to buy the property. Don't be fooled by staging. Sellers use clever tricks to make a home more appealing. They can strategically light a room to draw attention from a problem or apply fresh coat of paint to cover water damage or mold issues. While you're viewing the house, look beyond the immediate aesthetics of the interior decor. Focus your attention on what you'll get when the furniture and interior decor are stripped away. Keep emotions at bay. When viewing a home initially, try not to get attached immediately. Keep emotions out of considerations and only consider the potential property as a building you need to inspect and assess for others. Rapid emotional attachment may cloud your decision making or allow you to overlook failings in the house you might see differently without an emotional lens. If you get attached from the get go, you might make an emotional decision and overlook major problems. Certainly, an emotional attachment will affect your ability to calmly and dispassionately negotiate. View multiple times. If you have found a likely prospect that strongly interests you, view it multiple times. You're more likely to identify potential problems if you view it several times at different times of the day. You'll also glean knowledge of the neighborhood at various times. Is a street that's not busy in the late morning a commuter route in the early morning and mid afternoon? This way, you'll know what traffic is like in the area and the noise levels that occur at different times. Consider the overall context. When viewing, don't just consider a property on its own. View it in the context of its location. What's the area like? Is the property adjacent to a train track or noisy intersection? Is there a pub or bar close by that gets noisy at night? How close are you to the things you might need, such as schools, public transit, a grocery store, or hospital? These are important questions to consider when viewing properties, as they can add or subtract from the overall enjoyment of your home. Let your agent do the job. Don't go viewing on your own. There's a security factor in traveling to unoccupied houses alone. Additionally, there are other ways this makes you vulnerable. A seller's agent might think you're unrepresented and attempt to take advantage of you. Let your realtor do the job. If you come across a property that interests you, but your agent hasn't told you about it, it might not meet all your criteria. If you think you want to view it, give your agent the address and phone number. Your agent can then arrange a proper viewing for you, together without the owner being present and with your agent present. The condition of the property. In assessing a home for potential purchase, there are important items to be on the lookout for. The primary one being the condition of the property. Is the home structurally sound? Walk around the interior of the home, checking the walls and ceilings for cracks. Hairline cracks are to be expected in some places. Check the exterior for cracks. Cracks could be a sign that the property isn't structurally sound. Also, look for loose or broken tiles in the floor or broken guttering, evidence of damage to drywall and weakness on the floors. It's acceptable to ask how long it's been like that and whether it will be fixed. If you see major cracks or bowing walls, have a structural engineer assess the situation. Look and smell closely for evidence of mold. Mold and mold damage is a major problem that will cost you a lot to clean and repair. Don't just look for it. Use your nose as well. Mold frequently gives off a musty smell, even when there are no visible signs. Inspect all crawl spaces, basement areas, and walls. Plaster that's flaking, watermarks on the wall or ceiling, or even a fresh coat of paint in part of the room could be indications of mold. Ensure heating, air conditioning, and electric is in good working order. Other aspects to consider when looking at the general condition of the property are the heating and air conditioning systems. Have an expert assess that they're the appropriate models and capacity and that they're working properly. Check the electrical panel. It shouldn't be old or outdated, must be easily accessible and in good working condition. Ensure wiring was done properly. You don't want to spend a fortune rewiring the home to bring it up to a standard. Consider if there are enough power outlets and if they are in good condition. Inspect basements and attics. Check the attic for water leakage issues. Look for water damage or leaks that may have affected the insulation, walls, and ceilings of the attic. Make sure the insulation is adequate for where the property is located. In the basement, look for evidence of moisture problems. Is there water leaking onto the floor or water around the foundation? Look at pipes and turn on taps. Check that the plumbing is up to date. Run taps to ensure they work properly and the water pressure is strong enough. Exposed pipes in unheated areas should be insulated, as frozen pipes will eventually cause water damage. It's particularly important for a health perspective to determine that the pipes aren't made of lead. If they are, they'll have to be replaced. Also, check the and condition of hot water heater. Is the exterior of the home in good shape and well maintained? Check for evidence of water around the foundation, which may indicate drainage issues. The ground should slope away from the foundation. If there's a porch, it should have a foundation and not simply sit on soil. Check that driveways and walkways leading up to the house don't have cracks and aren't crumbling. Check that the siding of the home is in good repair. Look at the landscaping on the property. It shouldn't be unkept and unsightly, as that can indicate a lack of care. The sprinkler system, if there is one, should be in proper working condition. If there's a deck, ensure there is no decay or damage from termites or beetles. Property history. It's a good practice to know all that you can about the sales history of the property you have under consideration. Don't simply settle for the information contained in the customer copy of the listing. Ask your agent for more detailed information. Find answers to how long the property has been on the market and whether it was previously listed, withdrawn, and or relisted for a lower price. These kind of questions can help you decide how much to offer. You'll also need detailed information on the property, most of which will be available from the public records. A bit of research online in the records will disclose the name of the owner, original age of the home, mortgage history, parcel number, previous sales of the property, property deeds, and any judgments or liens filed against the seller. Information about how much the property taxes are and whether they're paid or in arrears will also be available in the records. You'll also be able to see if there were permits obtained to make improvements to the home. These permits could complicate the sale of the property if liens were attached by workmen or improvements were not done up to code. Don't skip this search because it reveals important information about the property in which you're interested in and could save you money. You can get this information through your agent if you're using one, since most agents subscribe to services that give them access to such data. If you're not using an agent, you can obtain this information through a local title company or can order it online for a small fee. Making the choice. Once you've done all your homework, you need to decide whether to buy the house. It's important that you step back and evaluate all the information available to you from viewing the house, inspecting its condition, and obtaining public records. Keep in mind, you will likely need to compromise on some of your priorities. No home is completely perfect, and the first home is often a starter on the way to a dream home. However, well, it fits your needs, desires, and lifestyle, there will be things you wish you could change. For example, if only it were facing that lovely park you saw on the way there, or if only the house you prefer were in another neighborhood, or if only this cost a little bit less. At the end of the day, you'll need to decide the factors that are most important to you. If you prefer the neighborhood over the house, you may decide to look for a different type of property within the same community. A condo, for instance, instead of a townhouse. If finances are the issue, you might want to discuss with your bank if they would be willing to increase your mortgage, only if you can afford it. There's no point in getting into financial trouble just to get a specific property when more affordable ones could do just as well. Lower your expectations on the condition of the home. If your inspection revealed a small problem, you could still buy the property and do the repairs yourself. Use the problems as a bargaining chip to get a reduced price from the seller after getting a quote from a professional for the cost of the repair. Don't estimate based on your own judgment, and don't let the seller decide how much he thinks it will cost. Also, don't let the seller get the quote. Be prepared to walk away. This goes to our earlier point about not getting emotionally attached until you have bought and moved in. If at the end of the day you find out the compromise required is more than one you're prepared to make, just walk away. That's simple. My name is Armen Mardirousi with Ravens Rock Real Estate Services here in Glendale. I've included links to some useful resources in the description of this video. Be sure to check them out. I hope you have a wonderful day.
818-355-2850. My goodness, what are you waiting for? Pick up the phone. Give me a call.